right's the EGT gauge, on the left's the boost gauge. So let me see here. But I want a better focus. Autofocus. Oh, I'm at a red light. Look at that. Anyways, okay, so a couple things. Got about 200,000 miles. That's miles, it's not kilometers. Should say miles in there. Miles. It's not kilometers. Anyways, check engine lights because I disconnected the EGR valve. Alright, right is exhaust temp, left is boost. Sorry about the gauges. The lenses make the reflection horrible. But just some regular driving. Just to get an idea of how this mechanical actuator works, or the kind of response that you can get. Now, my car doesn't have an intercooler, I must make clear. So my EGTs and, you know, boost could be different, or would be different, based on the intercooler, which I need to put back in the system. I want to get a decent one, so, but you can get an idea. I wasn't exactly flooring it, but I'd say it was probably about, I don't know, I'm just guessing 80% by the feel of the distance of the pedal under my foot to the stop mechanism. That was third gear. Mileage is still alright, about 50. Of course, I'm driving around playing. It's gonna drop. But usually, like I said, it hits about 15 PSI and then just stops. Now, if I rev the crap out of it and floor it, it will go up slowly to where it hits about 20. So that's with the, you know, one particular spring. If I put the other spring in, the actuator, it'll go to 20, do the same thing, and then it'll hit 25 PSI and stop. Well, let's just say I haven't been able to get it to go above 25 PSI. So this is pretty adjustable. I mean, it may be overly adjustable as far as what you could do, just because you got the rod length, you've got the and the stop screw, and then the springs. So I feel comfortable with this. My mileage is still, you know, it's still fairly okay. Or actually, it's actually better than it was. And but I got a lot of miles on the car, on this engine, at least on the block. The head was rebuilt. Had a guy do a timing belt job. They reused the crankshaft pulley bolt, and I didn't know, because everything else was new except for that bolt. They reused it, and when it came out, it damaged the timing system. It threw off the timing, and the pistons hit the valves and locked up the motor. So I'm still on the original pistons block, but the head had to be rebuilt. I did that with Frank over there, Frank's TDIs, or Frank 06. He sent me a head. So, but let's see, how long is this video? 4 minutes. I want to upload this to YouTube and then put a link into the TDI forums. But this is just there's no electronic control. Everything's disconnected. It's deleted out of the computer. Limp mode is gone from the tuner, who tuned it out of the computer for me. What else is here? It's a 17 VNT 17 VB turbo. And sorry for the fluctuating, not fluctuating, well, it is fluctuating. The EGT gauge, past a certain point, or below a certain point, there's a certain range in there where for some dumb reason, it loses its ground signal. I don't know why. So if the pressure in the exhaust manifold's high enough, it doesn't do that. If it's low enough, it doesn't do that. But somewhere in between, it does it. It's one thing I don't like about this gauge. I've checked all the connections, grounds. I think it's, I don't know, maybe soot on the manifold in between the nut. So, anyways, but if I screwed around with it all day, see my mileage has gone down. just because I'm flooring the crap out of it here, or flogging it. And I'm in 4th gear. Now, the reason why that went up right there is because if I put too much fuel into it, it just doesn't, if I'm in the wrong gear, it will just build up exhaust temperature, but it doesn't produce any more pressure. So it seems to be also RPM dependent. Now I think in a vacuum system that may change. So what I could do is I could just put see, it won't do it now at all. But if I'm in 3rd gear, low on fuel. Anyways, I'm doing about 60 miles an hour, so I should probably slow down. But anyways, you get the idea. So any questions, let me know. Sorry it took so long to put a link. I wish I could put post pictures on the forum, but it doesn't show me how. It just says post a link, so I guess I gotta do a video. Yay for the video. But just average cruising, you know, it's about 5 psi. I could make it go higher, make it go lower. The lower I go, the more EGTs there are, so I may even adjust the screw to make it higher. And I just run the boost on boost all the time. My miles, it'll go back up. Like I said, I was, you know, running around. Oh, nice little beetle. Oh, cracking the windshield. All right, well, any questions, just send me a message or whatever. Post your comments, post your thoughts or impressions. And like I said, it's just a manual. I say manual, there's no electronic control. It's just strictly based, it changes the vanes, strictly based on boost pressure. That's all it is. So should work on any engine with or without electronic computer control.